Good?
Yep. Back at it. Freestyle Friday, episode 3. We had a couple weeks off.
Hiatus.
We were gone. We were
What happened?
just slammed. I think I had a really important round of golf to play, so
Zach?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm super low. Maybe by design. Oh, there we go. Now I feel comfortable.
There we go.
Yeah, so you had golf. I was in LA one of the Fridays over Barbell Brigade. Shout out to my homies. And then another time we were at 16.5.
Yeah.
That's why I missed it.
Fit Aid party.
We talked about being consistent, and that is something we're going to work on. And we're consistently working on being consistent. So we're back at it. We're going to do good.
Yep.
Figuring out how to upload things and do internet type stuff.
We're getting a new microphone, so we'll be able to project a lot better, and you guys will be able to hear it better. I know there's been a couple parts where it's a little quiet, but we'll get that fixed.
So, kind of in review for like the past 3 weeks, a lot of stuff's been going on. We're seeing a lot of kind of crazy stuff happening in CrossFit and weightlifting. You're seeing a lot of different athletes talking about different things. You're having a lot of athletes that you've seen at the games formerly, like Valvo Brill. She withdrew from the game or from the regional invitation. She's a really good competitor. You're seeing competitors going team. You're seeing weightlifters getting some of their awards taken away for drug issues. Seeing just a big diversity.
It's
So
been a crazy couple weeks for sure.
Crazy couple weeks. What do you think, like right now, like is one of the things that you've been focusing on kind of like what's been like consistent in your feed, things that you're seeing, like what's going on like in your land?
It's I'm seeing a lot of people mostly just like relief about the Opens being over. Like it was a tough season, and people were kind of like ready to kind of take that short little break and get ready for regionals. But like, I mean, also seeing a lot of negative stuff, a lot of hater talk, a lot of stuff like that on other people's situations that they probably just don't really know about enough to really do all that. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference between like somebody trolling somebody for laughs, but there's also people that are just literally just talking out of their rear ends, don't even know what the hell they're talking about. You know what I mean? So like you see a lot of that online, and that's just online period though. But
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe that's a good topic for part of Freestyle Friday today is kind of understanding too, like you're going to catch adversity towards anything that you're doing if you're trying to do something different or you're trying to do something to be yourself or do stuff. So, looking at this, like we've talked about before, like I've gone on your stuff and I've made jokes on some of your lifts you've done for me or.
Well, that's
but
totally
what I'm saying is that it's in kind of playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I always tell people like the tone through a message or the tone through a text is completely different in the concept of what it means when someone says something. But I always see this that people will like say like we joke around with each other, right? But say someone's like, okay, I think they could do that with somebody else, but they don't really know someone, and they'll joke with them like that, and they're actually trying to be like mean. And then when the person's like, what? You're like, oh, dude, come on, it's a joke. It was funny. Do you think there's a lot of those people that like push that edge with other athletes? I mean, you have like weightlifting pleases. He's funny. I think he's great. He has his own thing, but
that's
I think
different.
I think there's other people that try to be like him, but they're not known as like a satirical person. So they're just kind of throwing shade all the time.
They just come off like you're just being
a dick.
Ass, yeah.
Yeah. Like, what do you think about that?
I think that there's a lot of that going on too. I think it's just a mixture of, it's always funny. Like,
what is it?
I don't know. It's like they always say, people always want you to do good, but not better than them. So as soon as they find out that you did something wrong, or they might be congratulating you one day, and then the next day they're online talking about how you're cheater or this and that or piece of shit or whatever.
Or in competition, they're hella cool.
Exactly.
And after that, they're talking shit about your programming or who your coach is or whatever.
You just get that everywhere.
So I know people talk about it all the time. What were your thoughts for people that kind of follow what we do? Like, what would you want to tell people that kind of experience that, or even people that are doing that? What's your mind on that?
On what again? Say again?
So like people that are experiencing that adversity online, like the people that are kind of maybe the 4 people that like watch this.
Yeah.
Like what that experience that sometimes, or maybe they're on the either on the receiving end or the giving end of that. Like what would you say to those people?
I mean, you just cannot let what people say affect you outside of like actually at all. You know what I mean? Like if someone wants to talk shit about you or say something about you, you can't let that affect you and who you are and how you go about living your life or the things that you do. That's just like then they win. You know what I mean? Like you can't let them win by letting them bring you down to their level because they're not happy with their situation or they're not happy with their performance, so they're trying to find a way to feel better about themselves, so they'll take it out on you.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you might have made one mistake. You know, something like that. I don't know.
That's another thing too. I think that a lot of people are not really understanding of is that I think in life we are going to repeatedly make mistakes, but there's a way to have that as a learning process to get better, and there's a way that becomes something that continues to drag you down a slippery slope. And so I think that a lot of times too, like the learning process of making a mistake is what helps make people better. And a lot of people too, say you make a mistake, someone just wants to chastise you about it, get on you about these things. It's like, this person is human.
Mm-hmm.
You're allowed to make mistakes. It's what you do past that mistake that really embodies who you are, your character as a person is not so much what you did, but how you react after you're either caught in the action of doing something wrong, knowingly or unknowingly, you know what I mean? And then how you move forward from that. So I think that's something to kind of look at as well.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. 100%.
What's kind of going up on the website here soon? I know you just dropped the Tahiti Blues. They sold out in like a day. You have some other
there's
stuff.
not a single one left. Those are all gone. I
Can
put
you
it on
just-
Snapchat earlier. I don't know if you guys saw it, but we pretty much got every order done that was placed for them yesterday. So there's like, if you bought one yesterday, odds are you're getting it like within the next 2 days or so. So that's cool.
Yeah,
We're
it's something-
luckily enough that we have a good staff to get that kind of volume done that fast, to get you guys your stuff like right away. You know, it's worth the extra time and the extra, couple bucks for shipping if you get something in the next day. You can always expect that from us too, especially that is for U.S. domestic, but international is its own thing. Like you guys know if you deal with it already, it's just there's not really the best way to get things internationally for a good price, so it's just going to take a little bit more time. It's going to cost more money, but we're doing the best we can, and as we grow, so will our options for stuff like that. We're getting more international shipping centers. I know we have our UK one, but our Canada one also, and a little Australia, but we're working on expanding all that. Getting more, so you guys can get everything faster.
Yeah. Sorry, I just read some Hook Grip posted something on the link. So what we're going to start doing now too is we're going to try to ask or throw up a link on Instagram where you guys could ask us questions while answering them here.
Oh,
And we're going to get to that pretty soon because we were like running out of time already. These things are only 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But real quick, going back to the products. The Tahiti Blue sold out. We also had some people online that were frustrated. They were subscribers for our Coffee Club, and Coffee Club members get to know about kind of releases before the general public does. But can you explain how that doesn't guarantee somebody that it's actually going to be there? We're just notifying them early and then letting people know that aren't Coffee Club subscribers kind of how that system works.
Excuse me. Yeah. So Coffee Club members, yes, they are not guaranteed the product, but they're the only people that know exactly what time it will release. So if you take full advantage of that perk, you should have no problem whatsoever logging in, getting your info out, and getting the product. Like, it's not going to sell out that fast with only that little amount of people knowing, compared to like the big scheme of people, that smaller group.
Yeah.
With them only the ones knowing the times, you're going to have no problem getting it. But no one else gets those emails. Like, that is a very tight group of people that we do not let anybody infiltrate that. There's no friends in there.
Yeah.
There's no weird
open,
stuff.
This is also open to anyone that wants to be a part of the Coffee Club, so people can be a part of this.
Yeah. No, if you want to join, you just you can pick your monthly subscription, whether you want one bag of coffee, a bag of cartridges for your Keurig machines. It's open to anybody. Anybody can join, and every month you'll also receive the free swag item of the month. This last month was the really cool CK lanyards, and then this next month we have a really cool bottle opener with the CK logo on it for whatever you want, beers, burritos, whatever you drink. So then that's the next month, and every month there's going to be something new every time, guaranteed. So it's never going to stop. We're always going to have something in there for you guys, a little extra incentive, and also you get those extra perks. And as the coffee club grows, so will the perks. So if you're grandfathered in from the beginning, it might be even cost less. It might grow price, but there's going to be way more to offer. So it's better to get in early with everything.
No, definitely. What I think we want to do right now is we talked about kind of topical stuff that's going on in CrossFit, talking about like haters and people being weird. Talked about coffee club subscriptions. We talked about product. Now what I want to do is kind of jump on some of these questions that were asked. We asked, what questions do you want to hear from CKD and Trevor some more to answer? Let us know in the comments below. So I'll give this one to Dean. It's Cody Martin, brah. Any unique exercises, warm-ups to make my thoracic spine more mobile? So like that upper thoracic.
I really like the door stretch. Have you tried that one? The one I showed you?
Where you do the cross.
The cross arms.
Yeah, explain it. Yeah.
So I really like it's called the door.
I do like it.
Yeah, it's called the door stretch. I actually use a dip
adjustment. The bully ring thing.
That comes off the rack. But anything that you can cross your arms and grip somehow, either if it's two pipes or if it's a doorway. And you kind of get your grip in strong, lean back, and really sit down with your butt towards the ground.
All of this.
And you're pulling your whole upper back, and you can kind of shift around to get, like just pinpoint certain areas, your lats. It just opens up your whole upper back. I really like those. And also the classic Donnie Schenkel, you lay on your back with your knees to the chest.
Yeah.
And you do some rolls really tightly, and it also helps kind of like mush all that out.
Yeah.
Open up that spine.
Those are good, and I would concur.
Those are just two quick ones, yeah.
I actually have a big problem with that. That's something I've been working
It all helps with that front rack position too, especially, and like helps me open up a lot.
Yeah, on Bart's YouTube channel, I have this video where I'm coaching snatch. One of the cool exercises I did for him is he's hanging on a pull-up bar, and I take two hands kind of inside his scapulas with my arms locked. Then I push him forward, and it just really opens up your chest. But,
yeah, that's a good one. I always see your wife doing that one with her like PT clients.
PT clients, yeah. It hurts, but it's good. Link963, I'll answer this one. How do you handle athletes who need to work on their mental game, i.e. building confidence, especially under maximal loads? So Link9683 or 963. What I would say is that a mental game, it's very simple for me to kind of coach this. A mental game is up to you. It's your own mind. And so I believe as you go into anything, whether it's a maximal load lift or into your day, you have two attitudes that you could have. You could have a positive attitude or a negative attitude. No matter what it is that you're trying to accomplish, if you're focusing at the task at hand and not worried about anything else, when you go into that task, if you mentally prepare yourself to be positive and think about the most euphoric or exciting thing that could happen of success and relate that to who you are and try to manifest that physically through your actions, and you go into that squat, you're going to be in the best mental state possible to make that lift. Now, you might miss the lift, that shit might happen because of whatever, but at least mentally going into it, you're the most prepared that you could be, so that way maybe your mental can match your physical and you can be successful. I've never really seen anyone go into a lift where they were not excited or fired up about it, or they're like doubting themselves and come out and end up smoking it. That generally really never happens. So I would say, to answer that, how do you work on your mental game? Just in the smaller things you do in life, try to be more positive even on the smaller things. That way when you get to the bigger thing that's maybe a little bit more challenging to you, you're so accustomed or in the habit of being positive that it's just one more thing you have to do, and it no longer becomes a big thing that's out in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I have on that. Doing good. A couple minutes, yeah. Z32 is love. Dean, when will the F-22s be back in stock?
That's a good question. No, we had a little bit of a back order situation, so they are coming back very soon, also with a new colorway, which is pretty cool. Always like new colors. So, new colorway and the restock. Hopefully within next week the restock comes in, but the new ones won't be coming out for a few weeks after that. But the restock should be here next week for sure.
Okay. I'm going to jump one because there's one that's directed to me. I'll give you Nat's. Nat Aram from Hook Grip asks, does the kilos in your name refer to cocaine, pizza, or Diana Ball? We are having this debate in our gym currently.
None. But sometimes people, they get this. You get that dumb question. Sometimes people are like, "Oh, what's the caffeine in kilos?" Like, tell you about like drugs because it's like a speed drug. No man, it's just kilo weights.
Yeah.
Like it's the universal measurement for weights. That's what they use in the Olympics, and that's where the whole idea came from. Like all the plates we use are kilos.
So
it's kind of like separates us like from, not that we're like not with the CrossFit guys, but like CrossFit's pounds.
Yeah.
The other thing's always kilos, and it's kind of just part of the brand, part of the lifestyle.
Universal measurement of weight.
Yeah. Exactly.
And actually, some of the Europeans
but that is funny.
in
Matt's
CrossFit use kilos. Yeah, but it comes up a lot. It's like, what do you guys do? So, Nat, it's not cocaine, pizza, or Diana ball, just to answer your question.
But kilos of pizza is definitely always a good thing. That's a lot of pizza.
Oh man, I get hurt on that.
That's a lot of pizza.
So Tim's gym. I think I heard Ben Alderman say he'd take Charlie in an MMA match. What's Charlie have to say about that? Tim's gym, I always bet on myself. I would say it'd be a knockout first round, Charlie Zamora, and I 100% believe that. Ben is a phenomenal athlete, and he's a very tough guy, very tough competitor. But if you don't believe that you can win in a fight, you shouldn't fight. And I bet if Ben was asked the same question, he'd say he'd beat me up. So maybe we'll spar one day and see what happens. I don't think either of us have trained fighting in a long time, but you don't really lose innate skills. It would be fun, but I think we're too good of friends to actually get in the ring and see what would happen. Because then, usually after you fight your friend, it's not really.
It's usually weird.
Yeah, it's usually
especially
weird.
If you're the one who lost.
Yeah, then I wouldn't want Ben to have to live with that. It would just suck. You know what I mean? Okay, so rapid fire. I think we have 2 to 3 minutes. It might go out.
Oh, rapid
fire. So rapid fire for Dean. Okay, Dean. If you had to
let's go 2 rapid fires.
Okay, if you had to be a mythological creature, I'm talking about dragon, I'm talking about a griffin, a gargoyle, anything that's like mythological creature, what mythological creature would you be? It could be one I didn't even say.
Well, a dragon, obviously. I have a dragon tattoo. But the reasoning is because who doesn't want to just fly over everything and just have full power of destruction
and just throw flames.
Or good. You can still do good, but nobody would ever mess with you if you're a dragon. There's just no, as far as mythological creatures, I mean, you can't really beat that.
Okay,
it's hard to beat that one. All right.
Second question. If you could be any character in any one of the Star Wars movies, who would you be?
Yoda, because he's the master of all. So
Yoda?
I think it'd have to be Yoda, yeah, because he's the ruler of all, not the ruler of all, but he's just, he's Yoda. He's
all-knowing.
He's king shit, knows everything.
Yeah, he's a G.
He just kind of kicks back now, or like...
Doesn't really do much. Yeah. All right, 2 for me.
Okay. If you could play on one professional team in any sport possible, what team and what sport would that be?
Currently or of all time?
Any time. Any time frame. Any team. Even if you want to get down to like the 89 Giants, you can say that.
Oh man. I was never a good basketball player, but I'd love to be on a team playing with Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman. That and Kerr, Luke Long, all those guys.
72-10 team.
I'm just saying, that would be insane. That'd be crazy just because you're playing with one of the greatest of all time. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
If we had to go football, I would say any one of the eras of the Niners winning all those Super Bowls. Any one of the quarterbacks.
The 90s.
Yeah, that's just. I love football, so I would say definitely the Niners, but a mixture of those two things. Maybe basketball's more in my mind because I was just at the Warriors game last night.
Yeah.
Next question.
Okay, next question.
I think we got a minute.
Okay. If you could travel to any continent and learn about their culture, where would you go? Just for a study, not a study trip, like a human study trip.
Study.
To learn about the culture.
The indigenous people?
The people, and you live amongst them and learn their ways of whatever it is, their daily life.
Dude.
That's a tough question, actually.
That's intense. To my knowledge right now would be Australia because it's tropical yet seems safe. You know what I mean? I think it'd be cool to go South America, but I'm not afraid of anything. But I think I'd be more inclined to have something bad happen.